We are live. Welcome back to the 12 days of Cyber Christmas here on the Plurilock LinkedIn page. This is the finale, the 12th day, 12th business day of December. So I'm very happy to be joined by Jazmin Salazar today. Jazmin, how are you?
Good, good. Thank you so much, Stephen. A pleasure to be here with you.
Of course, thank you. And I, notice your background is very festive, joining in on the festivities with my hat, stocking, and Christmas trees here. Appreciate that. You're in Edmonton, so people, might know that you're from Edmonton. Very wintry place right now. I'm assuming. Is there snow on the ground? What's it like there?
It is very snowy. We just got a snow dump the day before yesterday, or actually it was yesterday. It seems like a blur right now, and
Yeah.
it is indeed very, very cold today. It's like minus 25
Sheesh. Yeah, that's a
Celsius,
different
that
level.
is.
That's people who don't live there, they don't understand what that's like, right? It's like I've always thought it's kind of like living because I've been to Edmonton, like I was saying before the call, I love Edmonton. On days like that, it kind of feels like I feel like you're living on the moon almost. So it's like if you walk outside, you like, it's hard to breathe almost. It's like you just gotta like scurry to the next building or wherever you're going or to your car and hope that it starts.
Sometimes you feel that you are actually skating towards wherever you're going because it can be slippery and it can be quite challenging. I love winter. I don't love driving during winter. Let's just put it that
Yeah.
way.
So yeah,
It's
winter
a
is
blessing
nice.
that
And it's
now I
not
work from home.
true. Another perk of the work from home life right now. I don't know if you're a hockey person, kind of just springing this on you, but saw the Oilers played the Maple Leafs 2 nights ago. Took a tough loss. How's everyone doing up there with that?
Yeah, not really well. Edmonton is like hardcore hockey
Yeah.
town, so definitely they were not doing it very well. I particularly don't follow it myself, but my husband does, and
Okay.
yeah, he was like, "We lost him." I know.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Tough one, but we won't talk about that anymore. We'll just leave that be. But yeah, thanks again for joining the show. Just maybe give a quick intro to people that are watching now or on the replay of kind of who you are and what your role is at Finning.
Sure. So I am a global manager for security, risk, and compliance. I am part of right now, this position sits within the information security group here at Finning. And what is it that I do? Well, pretty much anything that has to do with asking the tough question of if you want to implement something, what can go wrong?
Right.
And kind of walking them through the different scenarios of if this goes wrong, how badly can it be? And how do we feel in the gut, really, if things go wrong? So that is
Mm.
pretty much driving what we call formally a risk appetite. And if you don't feel nice about things going wrong, then it's what we do, what do we need to do about them, right? So does that mean that if you really want to go and implement, or for instance, changing something security wise, that you may be opening some doors for somebody to come in? However, that also equates to a better service back to the client in terms of performance, in terms of whatever.
Yeah.
It's trying to helping them find the right balance, and what can we do about if you're opening things like that, um, to protect and add other layers in order for things to still be secure. So that's one of the big things that I do. And in terms of compliance, we are here at Feeding, we're a public company, so we
Mm.
have to be compliant with certain regulations. And given the nature of the business, there's also other things. So we're talking about, CSOX, we're talking about GDPR. There's something in regards of ISO 27001. There is, as we are providing now services to clients, there's potential for SOX 2s.
Yeah.
So there's a lot on that side that it is my team, the one kind of facilitating all those things. And as well, I am in charge of the security awareness program.
Right.
So I am the one, fishing people, trying to catch them, then teach them how to avoid this next time.
Right. Wow. Yeah, it's fascinating. And how many employees does Finning have internationally?
We are 13,000. We
With
have,
13,000.
yes, we are present in 3 different regions. So for those that don't know, Finning do have the license from Caterpillar, hence, okay, that's right, yes, those big
Yeah.
yellow equipments that you may have seen out and about. So we are the authorized dealer for Caterpillar in Western Canada. We also have the authorization for the UK, Ireland, and in South America, it would be Chile, Argentina, Bolivia.
Okay. Well, I actually didn't notice that that there was a big tractor behind you. I thought it was just like some kind of Christmassy things, and that's a great
No,
background.
it is one of our, no, this way, biggest equipments right there.
Yeah, yeah. No, I like that. Yeah, I've seen the cat equipment all around. So that's a big job, obviously, managing 13,000 people, trying to keep them all being security aware, kind of driving that culture of cybersecurity we always talk about with, the other kind of cyber leaders that I've talked with. So it's a big job. What was 2021 like? We're at the end of the year. What was it like for you in your role? I guess not compared to 2020, because I'm assuming they're kind of similar because it's all pandemic now. It's been almost 2 years, but how has it been managing that kind of change? And I know that with change, there always comes a lot of risk, and you're in the space of risk management, right? So how has that been for you?
Oh, it's been very interesting. I actually was somewhere else before joining Finning. I've been around here for the last 5 months.
Okay.
So, but looking into what happened before my arrival and what has been happening through the time that I've been here, um, there's a lot of, I would say, there's a lot of education still need to be achieved with employees in general. It seems to me that now, for instance, in South America, they are allowed to go to the office. Well, allow is not the right word, but they can go to the office, let's say. Like now
Yeah.
they are completely moving to a hybrid environment. And what we're seeing is, for instance, people kind of, let the guard down because they were at home. They really didn't need to be aware of certain things, or even, like a clean desk policy when your computer should be locked if you're going to step down. Like you should not have confidential documentation and
Yeah.
things like that around. So that is something that we're looking at and say, well, as we progress, that is South America. As I mentioned, I have other regions that we are in charge of. So as we progress, for instance, in Canada, about going back to the office in a hybrid type of mode, what does that mean for those things? How do you have to educate and reinforce certain things with and topics with the different employees, just to make sure that we are, um, with our guard up again, because it seems still to be that thing. The other trend that I'm seeing, there is a lot of bad actors trying to get into our systems, and I'm not only talking about Mises in general.
Yeah.
Like people actually are really, really trying to come and do bad things. So we're working very, very diligently with our vendors, with our own security team, and all the tools that we have in order to avoid those things to happen. But I certainly see an increase of it. And as we're hitting Christmas, they love Christmas because, of course, everybody's in the process of next week is gonna be Christmas. I'm gonna be off, and therefore that is the perfect time for all of them to come and hit us. It's a known thing in the industry that right on the 25th of December you may get attacked. So
Yeah.
you better start putting some guards around it.
Brutal, because it's the time of year we should be all able to celebrate. But yeah, like you're saying, 2021, you'd notice how much activity there is on the bad side. And the stats show that 2021 was one of the worst years, maybe the worst year on record, as far as like amount of breaches and amount of damage done type thing. Do you see that? I mean, it's a hard question, but do you see that changing going into 2022 or potentially getting worse?
It's gonna just get worse. It's I was looking when I was planning for the whole October Security Awareness Month, and we are trying to pull some stats and everything from a
Mhm.
ransomware perspective. We were already doubling what was spent on paying ransoms for this type of events. We're seeing a lot of trends of bad actors now popping from locations that you will never see them coming from. Like everybody knows, China, Russia,
Mhm.
Laos, but now they're coming from places that you're like, I was not expecting that one to come from there.
Yeah.
So that is happening. It is also nowadays, it's now more prevalent that ransomware and other cyber crimes are actually as a service, just as you have, a software as a service. Now cybercrime is as a service, and you can certainly pay for it.
Yeah.
So people have, I guess, there's also this mindset shifting of you don't necessarily need to go and hack into somebody's account in order to just take money.
Mhm.
People have come to the realization, at least the people that do these things, that information is the most valuable asset because you can
Mhm.
turn that into a very profitable income stream because you can sell it in different ways, not only trying to have somebody to pay for it. You can
Yeah.
sell. So that has become, I not has become, so that will continue being, um, I guess, getting even worse than what it has been in the past. And for us in the cybersecurity business, some way, somehow, we seem like we always have to play catch up. Like there's no really rest for us. It's a matter of you are to continuously be on top of things, learning what trends are out there, getting onto understanding new vulnerabilities, what tools you should be using in order to protect the things that you do. And in my particular case, as we have to go in a very, very fast pace,
Mhm.
what does that mean from a risk perspective? Because sometimes in order to protect something, um, you're breaking other things. So
Yeah.
is that balance that I was talking about at the beginning, is that even worth it? And if it is
Totally.
worth it, what do we really have to do in order to continue being safe and still provide the service that we need to provide? So there's a lot of that going on. I don't really think it's going to decrease. It is only going to increase. And sadly, right now, the demand for people in the profession is huge. So
Mhm.
if you're really, in the industry trying to hire somebody to come to your company as an employee or even sometimes as a consultant, we're having a hard time trying to find those individuals because they are in such a high demand.
Yeah, totally. And do you feel like the amount of pressure there is on the security side of things, do you feel like that has caused the community to be more proactive and kind of now I feel recently even with this log4j vulnerability, I see
Yeah.
there's a lot of I was trying to say it on yesterday's chat, there's a lot of helping each other and kind of people sharing information and being really like huddling together in a time of need, right? And I do you feel like that's going to be a positive trend going into 2022? You think like the industry is going to like band together and try and be even more strong?
I truly hope so. Because to your point on the Log4j, yes, I have seen a lot of happening. I have seen people reaching out. I mean, I'm not right on the trenches because I'm not SecOps, but
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of different companies, vendors, or even like I have friends in the industry. They're just reaching out and say, "Hey, this is all the information that we have," and there's this kind of like crowdsourcing when everybody's contributing to the I guess to the betterment of what we're trying to achieve in here. I truly hope that that continues to be the trend because it does help. The knowledge as a whole community it's too powerful, and if you're seeing benefits from it, I think people will totally be up for it, and I'm only hoping that that is the case because one brain is not enough, and something that you may have not considered somebody else has already explored or it has come up to their heads. So it's just a matter of saying let's keep on partnering because in the end we're all in this one together and we just need to make sure that we keep everybody safe.
Yeah, that's a great point. I see that as like a silver lining to all this, all the action, all the kind of the tough times in 2021 from a security standpoint is that I think it'll make the community stronger. We're not going to go away, obviously. So it's and I think it's as you've probably seen, it's forcing businesses to put more resources toward their security efforts, and that only helps us do a better job, So maybe that's a silver lining.
I think so. I really see that with my colleagues in TechOps and how the different people that they usually work with have come to the table with solutions and with information, and we're just literally trying to do better. So I really think that if we continue down that path, this is going to be great going forward because we're going to continue being attacked. So might as well, join forces.
Exactly. Couldn't agree more. Talking about the holidays, we're going in the holidays. Hopefully, you don't have a very busy work holiday planned. You never know with cybersecurity, but do you have any fun things you're looking forward to personally and during the holidays? Like, do you have any I mean, during COVID, I don't know what it's like, but any family festivities or things like that going on?
Yeah, so I am originally from Mexico,
Okay.
and we are heading down there right on Christmas Eve in order
Nice.
to spend some time with the family. And I always find it very very interesting when I mention that I'm from Mexico. Everybody pictures me at the beach,
Oh yeah.
and it's nowhere near like that. It's
Okay.
like if I had to compare it with a city in Canada, I would say it looks very similar to Calgary. As
Oh
in
yeah.
surrounded by the mountains, it can be cold and that type of thing. So we're heading over there for Christmas, so I can spend it there. I have a 2-year-old,
Oh,
so he's now at the age that he's fully aware he can play with the nieces and nephews and
okay.
all that. So we're really looking forward to that. In our traditions from a Latin perspective, the big day for us, the big celebration day is on the 24th, is Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Yes, you wake up to gifts,
Yeah.
but the big thing for us is like getting together. There's no such thing as Thanksgiving in Mexico.
Oh,
So our version of Thanksgiving, if I were to try to find something similar, will be Christmas Eve celebration with everybody, is at the table, give thanks for the year,
mhm.
and just enjoy a nice time together. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And just to bring my little one with me because now we were stuck as everybody
Yeah.
last year at home, so we didn't get to go, and
Right.
now will be the time for him that he's going to be running around playing with everybody, and I am really looking forward to it. I'm very family driven,
Yeah.
so that is going to be super fun to see.
That is awesome. I'm glad you're getting to go to go down to Mexico during the holidays. I'll be thinking of you. I hope your travels go safe. There's no flight cancellations or anything like that during this
Oh,
time of year. I'm also hoping to travel, so likewise. But yeah, Jasmine, if people want to get in contact for whatever reason to learn more about your career or contact you, what's the best way for them to reach out?
you can find me on LinkedIn. If you just look for Jazmin Salazar, you can find me that way. If somebody's interested, I can also provide my email address. It's jasmin.salazar@finning.com. So
Okay.
happy to talk to anybody.
Perfect. I'm sure people will want to reach out. Last thing before you go, I've been getting into soccer lately. I know Mexico is big into soccer, and Mexico just came to play Canada in Edmonton. Were you
Don't
able to
don't
go to that
don't
game?
don't no, I didn't. It was the first day of like huge dump of snow. It was
Yeah.
awful, and I was like, I'm not gonna spend my time there. And Mexico played awful. Happy for Canada, happy for
Yeah.
Canada, but I was just like, no.
It was. Do you think it was too cold? Like that was our advantage. Like we brought them into the Great North, and they were like, "We're not used to this."
I think so. I really think that was a big thing. And the other part is this particular national team, in my personal opinion, they are too big into ego and not necessarily playing. So
Oh,
it's I think it was the combination of the two. But kudos to Team Canada. I watched the game and it was great for them. So it was
yeah,
one of those things that like I'm Canadian now, but I'm
yeah.
Mexican, and I'm like, which way should I cheer? Happy for Canada, very disappointed for Mexico.
That's very fair. I understand that, and that's an interesting take on the Mexican national team. Maybe they should listen up and smarten up.
You can only hope.
You can only hope. Anyways, thanks so much for coming on, Jasmine. Yeah, like she said, people contact info will be attached to this. Thank you guys for 12 days of Cyber Christmas. This is the end of the series. So I'm
Merry
going to retire
Christmas,
this hat.
everybody.
It's like made of paper, basically. It's not very good. But it's been fun. And thank you for sharing your wisdom with us, Jazmin, and all your insights. It was great.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
See you.